To be successful in politics, you need the support of masses. And which are other professions?
So media.
Not media, acting.
Acting, yes.
If you're a good actor, good entertainer, good singer, so unless and until the public will support you, you cannot get the success. So for that purpose, you need this fourth house to be very strong. So in the profession where you need the support of masses, fourth house has to be very strong. तो इसीलिए जो फोर्थ हाउस का रोल उस प्रोफेशन के लिए बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट हो जाता है. Then we come to the fifth house. Fifth house we know is house of intelligence, house of creativity, house of higher education also. So all these things are related to the profession. Directly they have an impact on the professional life, because your intelligence, your creativity, your higher education, that will all play an important role as far as profession is concerned. इसके अलावा ये the most important thing about this house is this is the 8th from the 10th house.
Yes.
8th from 10th house, and 8th house is the house of longevity. It means this is the house of longevity of the profession. Longevity of the profession. Many times you will see that suddenly you lose your job. Suddenly your business is closed. That is because of the fifth house. Some adverse transit or adverse dasha or adverse position of planet. So that can give you these type of results. Many times people will ask you when they lose the job, when they're going to get the next job, second job. So for that purpose also, fifth house is very important, because this is the house of new opportunities also in the profession. Being the 8th, so this house indicate new opportunities in the profession. So just by seeing the position of fifth house, you can tell when you are going to get the new opportunities, when you are going to get a new job also, and also when you are going to lose the job. So this being the 8th from 8th from the 10th house, it becomes very important house as far as new opportunities in the profession are concerned. Then this is the house which indicate power due to own skills, and also the ready credit. Many people they're in a position to arrange the ready credit, because credit is the main problem in business. But if fifth house is strong, you can get the ready credit also. So that also indicates the success in business actually. And this is also the house of aptitude for learning. So all these things are important from profession point of view. And otherwise also this is the house of fifth house, which is the house of prosperity or the train house. So in any case, the role of this house is very important as far as prosperity in the profession is concerned. Then next most important is the sixth house.
Sixth house.
Why sixth house? Because this is 9th from the 10th house. This is 9th from the 10th house. 10वें घर से 9वां स्थान है, and 9th house जो है हमारा भाग्य का स्थान होता है. तो ये प्रोफेशन का भाग्य हो गया. This is the house of फॉर्चून इन द प्रोफेशन. और जैसे कि आप जानते ही हैं कि बिना भाग्य के आपको कुछ नहीं मिलता, तो इसीलिए प्रोफेशनल लाइफ के लिए ये हाउस बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट हो जाता है, बिकॉज यू आर फॉर्चुनेट ओनली इफ द सिक्स्थ हाउस सपोर्ट्स यू as far as your professional life is concerned. And that's why we see that although we call it a trick house, also we call it a Trishdai house, but from profession point of view, this becomes a very, very important house. So therefore, this house need to be strong from profession point of view. If you want to be fortunate in the profession, this house has to be very strong. And that's why the people who get good position in the professional life, you always find that this 10th house is associated with the 6th house. And if you might have heard that we call it a yoga, then whenever the lord of 10th house or any house goes to the 6th, 8th and 12th house, we call it a duryog. Duryog in the profession. It's a bad yoga. But for profession, this 6th house is important because This is your luck in profession, your fortune in the profession, and you cannot get a good status unless the sixth house supports you in the professional matters.
Sir, can you repeat, sir, that yoga? 10th house Lord sitting in 6th house.
Or you can say Lord of any house in 6, 8, 12 house,
Right.
trick house. So we call it a dur yoga, matlab bad yoga.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's a basically negative yoga,
Okay.
but for profession, placement of 10th house in 6th house is a good yoga. I tell you, it's a good combination because you are fortunate in the profession. और आप किसी का भी देखिए, जो भी किसी को भी हाई स्टेटस मिला होगा, तो आप देखेंगे कि 10th हाउस का जो एसोसिएशन है 6th हाउस के साथ जरूर होगा. बिना उसके आपको भाग नहीं काम करेगा प्रोफेशनल लाइफ में, आपको अच्छा स्टेटस नहीं मिल सकता. और जब हम लोग डिस्कस भी करेंगे, जैसे कि ये मुकेश अंबानी है, you will surprised to know that each planet is associated with the 6th house. Each planet, each house. तो वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट हाउस हो जाता है प्रोफेशन के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से. बट एक चीज हमेशा ध्यान रखिए कि 6th हाउस इज द त्रिक हाउस आल्सो. It is the house of your opponents also. So if you make this house strong, naturally you are increasing the problem from your opponents. जो आपके enemies हैं वो act करना शुरू कर देंगे. Problems, hurdles and everything will start operating actually. So we need to make it strong from profession point of view, but we can't make it too strong because otherwise a lot of problems will also start. So we have to maintain a balance in this house, neither too strong nor too weak, because if it is too strong, that may also create a lot of problem also. And we call it a secondary house of profession also. Many times this 6th house is also known as a secondary house of profession, and basically this is related with the service or the people who are involved in the job. You will find that if 10th house is associated with the 6th house, then mostly the people get involved in the job also. Then 7th house, this is 10th from the 10th house, that principle of Bhavati Bhavam. In any case, we have to see the 10th house, 7th house. And 7th house as 6th house is the house of service. 7th house is the house of business. So everything connected with the business we see from 7th house. Or इसमें relationship with the people outside family, relationship with the people who are not your family members. उनके साथ relationship जो आपके family member नहीं है, it means all business, partnership, agreements, contracts, legal bonds, partnership, cooperative ventures, या help from opposite sex, because this is the house of opposite sex also. So help in business from the opposite sex. तो भी हम इसी house से examine करेंगे, 7th house. Then 8th house. Again, like 6th house, which is 9th from the 10th house, 8th house is in which position? This is 11th from 10th house. 11th from 10th house. And 11th house is the house of gains. 11th house is the house of gains. So therefore, this becomes the gains in the profession. If you want to get a good status, if you want to rise in the profession, then naturally 8th house should be strong. Unless 8th house is strong, you cannot have gains in the profession. You may get a good position in the beginning, but if you want to rise in that profession, you need to have this 8th house very strong. तो इसलिए 8th हाउस जो है बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट हो जाता है प्रोफेशन के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से, और जबकि हम इसको इतना खराब हाउस मानते हैं, बट प्रोफेशन के लिए कम से कम जो है ये हाउस इंपॉर्टेंट हो जाता है, क्योंकि इसमें गेन इन प्रोफेशन इंडिकेटेड होते हैं. कोई भी हम प्रोफेशन चूज करते हैं उसमें फर्दर प्रोग्रेस होगी या नहीं होगी, दैट इज नोन बाय द 8th हाउस. Then 8th house is also the house of your aptitude, your legacy, hidden mental and psychological disturbances, hidden wealth, and it also represents the chronic diseases also. unearned wealth like inheritance, insurance, and all those things. Then eighth house also indicate the hidden agendas of the native, criminal behavior of the native, unethical dealings of the native. So naturally, many people, if eighth house is afflicted, such people are not straightforward. They may have this unethical dealing also. And many times you need the huge loans to, particularly in the business actually. So if you will get the huge loan or not, that is also decided by the eighth house. So these are all the things which are indicated by the eighth house. The ninth house, of course, is important for every aspect of life. This is the house of fortune. And firstly, we consider that Lagna is the most important position, most strong position. So after Lagna, this ninth house is the second best position in the horoscope. And it also indicates your higher education, research, and all those things. So naturally, all those will play an important role in the matter of profession. And your spiritual inclination, philosophical bent of mind, then success on the foreign land also, then fame, name, eminence, recognition, all those things we see from this ninth house. So ninth house naturally becomes very important from profession point of view. And we also know that whenever the 10th and 9th lord are associated, whenever the quadrant and trine lords are associated, it makes a very powerful Raj Yoga concerning profession, Dharma Karmadipati Yoga. So it is important from that point of view also. Then in the 11th house is the house of gains. Gain mean both spiritual and financial gains, your prosperity, wealth, aspirations, hope, wishes, realization, success in all undertaking, higher studies, foreign collaboration. So all those things we see from 11th house. So that's why these houses become very important from profession point of view. So we will not only examine the